This is Two Cokes One Pod. This is Parker. I'm Rusty. We're gonna be posting a podcast weekly throughout 2023. That's the goal. And yeah, we're gonna dive right in, baby.
Let's dive into it, baby.
Okay. So we just had Christmas and the New Year, and we're going into Valentine's Day. And Christmas, let's touch on Christmas a little bit, I feel like Christmas as an adult, is it as good when you were a kid, or not so much?
Good question. I feel like yes and no. I mean, last year's Christmas I feel like was amazing. So like 2021, not 2022. 2022 is still good. Mm-hmm. I like Christmas as an adult because I feel like we have the freedom to like go out and try new things.
Yeah.
But also the year before when we went to Disneyland, like in the middle of November.
Magical.
It was
the
best.
Freaking magical.
So I love Christmas, and I feel like Christmas kind of always gets better for me.
I also know you're big on like, you love sleeping by the tree. You love the you love the smells. You turn on the heater. You get cozy.
Bro, you know me. I'm freaking snuggled up by a heater with blankets underneath the Christmas tree. He takes his
Christmas seriously. He'll play Christmas music throughout the whole Christmas time.
Good night, bro. Holly, you call me Holly Jolly, baby.
Yeah, you're Holly Jolly, dude.
Did Mr. Kringle over here, I guess. But I don't know. I just think Christmas trees are, I don't know, they're peaceful. Like, I could just chill, sleep with the lights. I don't know, it's kind of comforting. Heaters just warm you up, I don't know.
I don't have the best setup at my house. Like, it'd be weird to sleep on hardwood floor, like in front of the Christmas tree. In the living room. And my parents are
already sleeping on the couch.
My parents sleep on the couch, by the way. They don't sleep in their bedroom, and it's been that way for years. So can you imagine just them sprawled out on the couch and I'm just on the floor by the Christmas tree?
Bro, I could just imagine you just body wrapped around underneath the Christmas tree, just snuggling.
We don't do a big tree, and it's a little small. Like, I'm probably bigger than our tree.
What do you mean? I don't get it.
But yeah, we stopped doing lights. We don't really do Christmas lights, but we obviously put lights on the tree, of course. But I feel like,
wait, you put lights on the tree? What?
We're more like indoor decorations. We don't really showcase the outside of the house,
Yeah.
But yeah, as an adult, like, I feel like you kind of learn, at least for me, it starts becoming less about like what you're gonna get, but like more about like what you're gonna give. Like, at least for me, like, my love language is gift giving, like one of them. And I usually go.
You're a giver, not a taker.
Nah.
Or receiver, I mean, whatever.
But yeah, I go a little hard on Christmas, and I like to give gifts, and I've learned to be extra grateful for like the time I have with my family too. I have one grandparent left. She just left to the Philippines, so we had like our last holidays with her. So yeah, Christmas is kind of different, but like, I have like my uncles and my cousins, so I kind of I savor that time, that we have. But
Grandma's off to the pines.
Also, I want to touch on, you see the stuff where like you have like first graders, like kids in kindergarten, they're getting like iPhones, iPads, like MacBooks. Like, when I was a kid, like, I'd be happy to get like a bubble tape or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like the best Christmas present I ever got, I remember, well, and this was still like pretty cool, but I remember when I was in like first or second grade, we got the like newest Xbox.
Yeah.
And I got the first Battlefront ever made. That was probably one of the best. And I got like a Millennium Falcon. Oh, that was. See, but nowadays it's just like, even though I still got like a video game, but like nowadays it's like they're getting phones as a kids. They're getting iPads.
And then you also see the stuff where, like, you know, other families aren't as fortunate, and there's their kids, like, they feel like Santa doesn't love them because there's all these kids getting iPhones, MacBooks,
Yeah.
like the newest stuff, and you know, with them being less fortunate, they don't get as nice a gift, so they feel like, why does Santa love these other kids more than me? And I don't know, like,
Yeah, Santa's a hard thing, but which I don't think kids like think about it too much because I remember when I was a kid, I never really thought like I loved what I got.
Yeah.
And even if other kids
you're not
like,
thinking like,
got,
oh, what's Timmy getting? You know.
Yeah. Even if
Like,
kids got cool stuff, I never was like
you're in your own
little realm.
Own little realm, own little world with your family, and you don't.
It would never like have
Yeah.
clicked with me like, oh, like parents
But,
are
like,
just getting stuff.
I just know that's a big thing, especially with like the media. Like, all the kids are on their phones, so like school's probably different, you know, and they're probably like sending each other messages like, "What'd you get, little Timmy?"
Little Timmy.
Little Timmy.
Freaking Christmas
What
Carol
little Timmy
over
get for
here.
Christmas? But,
Little Tim.
yeah, Christmas is the best. Just the
Yeah.
vibes are right, the
It's
best.
immaculate.
Especially at Disneyland. Oh my goodness, I've never seen anything that
Oh,
beautiful. The
amazing.
castle. You have to go and see it for yourself.
The
I highly
lights.
recommend going to Disneyland for Christmas. But yeah, after Christmas, you have the New Year. I know New Year's resolutions they're a touchy topic, kind of. Like, some people don't believe in them. Some people, you know, you start one and then they quit like a weekend, you know.
Yeah. I think resolutions, I love them because even though like there's obviously some that I don't keep up with the best, but I also think like the New Year is a good place to help push you to like think of stuff to like work on, but I think it's also something that's like it probably shouldn't be just like a New Year's
Yeah.
thing. It should be something you're
And
consistently.
We have a friend, he can't stand New Year's resolutions. But, like, I think, you know, let people have their process. Let people get motivation from whatever. Like, if that works, like, let them have that, you know?
You know, if you're
But, like, I totally understand, you know, like, you should be making goals year-round just for yourself. It shouldn't just be just the New Year, like, oh, I'm going to change out the New Year.
Dude, 2023, you want buns? Go get them buns, hun. If you,
Yeah.
2023, if you're looking to be free,
Yeah, dude.
climb a tree, you know what I'm saying?
Climb a tree. Freaking
That's the key.
my anaconda don't want buns if you ain't. I don't know how that goes, hon. But I'll ask Nicki Minaj about that one. But
Or Eddie Murphy.
I think New Year's resolutions are great, but I can see how people can get upset about them. Like, I totally understand, like, because almost like, I don't know, half the people I know, they don't really follow through with them. I mean, I made one and I broke it like a week later.
Same. I was supposed to. I had a goal of going off soda for a month, and that lasted 2 weeks.
I also had a goal of going off soda, and you know, you go out to dinner with your friends. I'm waiting for what the first person is ordering. They order a soda.
You gotta order a soda.
You
It's
gotta
like
order
it's
a
a
soda.
law.
It's like going to Taco Bell. You can't leave without a Baja Blast.
I don't remember where I broke, but I definitely caved, and honestly, I didn't feel super bad about it.
I didn't feel too bad about it either. But also because I know, like, I've been doing really great at drinking water. I've been doing great at not drinking soda as much. So, like, I do just fine without soda. Like, it's not something like I'm craving or I'm addicted to, you know?
True. But let's get into the real heat of the moment. We got Valentine's Day coming up.
Oh, yeah.
You looking for a Valentine?
Valentine's Day, man. Never really been big on Valentine's Day.
I don't think I've had a Valentine's since like junior high. I think like 8th grade was the last time I had like a legit like ask them to be my Valentine, get them a present.
Yeah. When I was a kid, like I was kind of like this fat pudgy kid. It was harder for me to make friends, and like Valentine's Day would come around. Everyone's got their boxes they made, you know.
Oh yeah.
You start handing out the cards, and I was always nervous that I wouldn't get one. And as a kid, that breaks your heart. Like
you wouldn't get one. Wasn't like you
didn't-
made one for everyone in your class?
Yeah, you do, but like you don't get one from the girl you like. That breaks your heart because they did like, there were kids who would do like the more special cards for like their better friends or like a boy they liked, and I was never the boy they liked.
Can't even remember, but do they even do that anymore? Like, do elementaries do that?
I don't know.
That'd be kind of that was the best.
That was the best.
Just making a little box.
You feel the love and you get candy.
And you get candy. You get
Yeah.
fun dips galore.
Oh, fun dips.
You already know
Ooh.
you're packing home at least 8 fun dips, sticking those things in your mouth with some green and blue flavor. I don't remember what the flavoring is, but
Yeah. Fun dips. Valentine's Day is like, that's when fun dips always came around. I can't really.
that was like the only time
The only
fun dips
time-
came around.
Like, I ain't going to school in the middle of May on a Tuesday with a fun dip in my backpack.
Looking for a fun dip. You
Yeah.
trying to take a fun dip?
I'm trying to take a fun dip. In your mama's water bed.
Water bed.
Yeah.
Too bad I popped that.
But like Valentine's Day, now that we're older, I don't know. We're both kind of going through our dating stages. I don't have one. I haven't had one in a while. I think I just lack the effort to try.
Are we going on a Valentine's Day this year?
Want to be my Valentine?
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
Sorry, ladies, I'm taking on Valentine's Day. I got my calendar booked from 6 to about 2 in the morning. I'm taking.
Yeah, I'm also taken. That's a great movie.
Oh, yeah?
I will find you,
Is that where we're going?
and I will
Paris?
love you.
You'll love me?
Valentine's Day.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Dude, taken? Like, how you took my heart?
Oh, dude, I took that and I put it right in my back pocket.
Did you sit on it?
Yeah.
So you squished it?
Yeah. And then I gave you mine.
Rusty's got a squished heart and I got one and
Oh, man.
he just gave me the Grinch's heart three times too big.
Mm-hmm. Here's some advice for some of you guys. Don't use Valentine's Day as the only day to do something special for your loved ones. You should be showing that love all year round. Make the people important in your life, like, remind them that you love them and remind them that they're important to you. Check in on a friend.
Facts.
See how they're doing. Yeah, just be kind. Be kind to everyone. And it's always a good day to make someone feel special, whether it's just a stranger or just do good deeds.
Do good.
Yeah.
Be good. Feel good. You know what I'm saying?
And eat good.
Eat good. But I think it's time that we dive into some Coke talk.
Oh, it's Coke talk time.
We're trying to have a Coke talk. Today, we got one of the newest Coke flavors. Came out over the summer. And right here is Marshmallow's own signature drink that is supposed to be watermelon, strawberry, and Coke flavored.
And have you had this?
I have, but it's been a really long time.
And I have not had this.
So this is a blind review for
Yeah.
Rusty here.
And there's something about the fruity Coca-Colas that just don't hit right for me. I don't know how it is for you, but
I always take just like a regular Coke over anything else, but I do like the like Coke creations that they've been doing. They came out with like 3 or 4 different type of flavors just last year alone.
I think you have two of them right here.
So they got Starlight,
you got Starlight,
and then Dream World, I believe.
yeah.
And so today we will be trying Marshmallows Limited Edition.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll give you the honors.
Okay. I'll be open-minded. I'll give it an honest review. OG Coke is where it's at. But I'll give this a go.
Oh, shoot.
ASMR, baby.
Some ASMR.
That smells great.
Smell? Let me see. That does smell good.
Like, that doesn't even smell like Coke. That smells so good. It kind of smells like Skittles to me.
I don't usually smell Skittles, but... Wait, have you smell Skittles? I don't open a Skittle bag and be like, wow, there's a Skittle scent.
Like your taste and your smell, like, those senses kind of coincide, if that makes sense. Like, I could almost smell how they taste.
Does
that make sense?
Yeah,
like,
I guess, yeah.
Like, you smell your mom making tacos in the kitchen, and
Because there's a scent.
No, am I
Your
crazy?
mom's making tacos because there's a scent. You can smell it. I don't open a Skittles bag and be like, yo,
Mom's making
Skittles.
Skittles.
Anyways, it smells like Skittles. Let's see if it tastes
But
like
I feel
Skittles.
like, say I haven't had tacos and I smell that, I almost feel like I know what that's gonna taste like. You know what I mean? No? Am I crazy? Am I crazy?
Oh my gosh. I can get where you're coming from, but that was the perfect analogy to use. Mom's making tacos. Oh my gosh. Okay. Shall we?
Okay.
Same time? Or no, you go first. You haven't tried it.
Okay. I have a pretty clear palate right now, so. Okay, here we go.
Take some ginger before this?
Honest review. Oh gosh, stop! Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
do that.
Sorry. Okay. What'd you think? Did you get a good sip?
It didn't taste like Coke to me, which is awesome, I feel like.
It tastes like tacos.
It tasted kind of like more of a kind of derives from the same taste, like kind of like the Mountain Dew flavors come out with. Like how it kind of had like just kind of that type of energy fruity flavor to me. I like that.
You like it?
I'd probably give that a strong 7.
Strong 7.
Strong 7.
It's like more
Bleeding
like
in-
7.5.
bleeding into-
7.8.
Bleeding into 8.
Okay. So basically an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically like 8.5.
Yeah.
All right. I haven't tried it in a while. I do like that. I forgot how good that was.
Should I about blue snot rocket, dude? Holy crap.
We can blow snot rockets.
New flavor, snot rocket.
I like it.
Does it
Probably out of like the flavor, actually, the Starlight one's really good.
Mhm.
But It's up there. I would say they've done really good with like the new flavors they've done. I like it. I'd probably get like a 8.5 too. I think it's
Yeah,
good.
I think that's a great.
And I like the how the bottle, like how the can's styled, and
That's a great rating. I love white cans, like the white Monster can, dude, and the texture they put on like the cans. Yeah, the white just looks clean.
yeah, I think it looks good.
Yeah.
It's like some little
Overall, I'll give it an 8.
give it an
Overall,
8.
like presentation, taste, 8.
I think I'll go 8.5.
Strong 8. So
So basically 8.5 was strong.
basically.
I would give it. Yeah, I think I like it a lot. It's just weird because like Coke's like one of those drinks where it's like a lot of times when it's a flavored drink, the Coke like you can barely taste like there's another flavor. I feel like.
Sorry.
It's not rocket
No, I have like acid reflux.
from the soda, but
I'm a burpy guy.
yeah, I think Coke's one of those drinks where it's hard for it to like you get the taste of Coke so strongly, it's hard to like make out like the other flavor.
This
if
is
that makes sense.
honestly probably the first Coke that like it didn't taste like Coke at all to me, which that's what I like the most about this one. Cause I don't know, I feel like with the peach Coke, like it didn't mesh well, and you still had that Coke taste in there. It was so contradicting. Like, but this one, it doesn't even taste like Coke to me. So
Yeah,
like it's like a different drinks, and I really like that.
Yeah, it's smooth.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's good. I think they've done pretty good this past year with the new stuff they've come out with. So, but with
Yeah.
Coke Talk, now that we've reviewed
Yeah.
What are the new
Go out and
flavors?
try it. Highly recommend it. The marshmallow limited edition. I don't know where you can find it.
I think
Is it still
it's still on shelves in
Okay.
like gas stations,
If not,
7-Elevens,
Amazon?
You'll find it somewhere. But with Coke Talk, we've done the review. Now let's continue this Coke Talk with diving into some topics. Want to lead off with the
Yeah.
first one?
I'm gonna lead off this one, and I'll probably anger a community with what I'm about to do.
Bro, you're gonna crease it. Don't do that. Travis Scott's
The Travis
Cactus
Scotts,
Jack.
but they are reps, so don't come after me for doing that. Reps, they're like a more popular thing now. I see a lot more people buying reps, and I am all for the reps, depending on the shoe. So with these, like ever since these came out and I saw them, I've always wanted a pair, but retail price is like $1,500, and there's just no way I'm paying that much for a shoe. And so with these reps, I was able to get them for $60, and that's after shipping. And I don't have to do the math. Like, that is an insane deal, and they do the job. They look good. They look clean. A lot of people can't tell the difference unless you grab them. You're looking at the stitching, all the stuff, you know.
No, they're legit. Like
I'm a big fan of reps.
I mean, yours look. I would say they look. I mean, I've never, I guess, seen one in like person, but like I feel like if you were to compare them, it'd be hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. It's like StockX, all these different places that like guarantee their shoes are gonna be authentic.
Mm-hmm.
They can't even guarantee it anymore because there's so many fake shoes being sold that look so real
Yeah.
that they can't guarantee it. So obviously, I always like to have like a real pair of shoe, like
Yeah.
a real shoe,
Yeah.
especially like through Nike. But
Totally agree.
if there's a shoe where I'm like, there's no way I'm spending
Like,
that
the
much on.
price is just so far-fetched.
Yeah, there's no way I'm spending that much on. Like, I got a pair of fake Michigan States because I think
I think those retail 500, 600, probably around there.
I think the lowest
Don't
you'd
quote
probably
me on
find.
that.
I think the lowest you'd find would be like 3, maybe 250, but I bet like 300 would be the lowest. But yeah, so it's like I don't want to spend $300 on a shoe.
Yeah.
I got them. They look legit.
Mhm.
Like I went through the details because I was like, I've had dunks, so I went through the details. Like 100% look legit. The material might not just be as heavy as like the quality like Nike does, but overall it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I even went miniature golfing once.
Mhm.
I had a pair of dunks on, the fake ones, and the person I was miniature golfing with had real, I would suppose, real dunks on,
Yeah.
and it was like a black light, so like glow in the dark, and like the shoes looked identical, like the way
You
like
couldn't tell the difference even
like
with
the
a
way they were glowing in the dark. How dunks are, it's weird. It's like even if it's a white shoe, it's like more of a gray color
Yeah.
in black light than it is when like a normal white shoe would
Yeah.
be pretty bright.
Mhm.
And so they both looked exactly the same. So I was like, it's pretty nuts. Like fake shoes look so real. So I know there's gonna be some Nike Kings out there,
Yeah.
probably not thrilled, but hey, look good, feel good, do good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm a big advocate for reps. Just when it's the right shoe. There are some like dunks you can get retail like 200, even lower than that, and those ones like I probably plan to buy like a shoe for that price at some point, like real ones. I know in the sneakerhead community, like reps are very frowned upon, and I've always loved sneakers growing up. Like, oh, I love shoes. I probably right now I have like over 30 pairs, but the only reason I haven't pulled the trigger on buying any of these shoes is because they are so expensive.
But also the thing is too, they're so expensive. But like, with how many like fake shoes are coming up, it's like I don't really trust like spending that much money for them just to be
Yeah.
a fake pair of shoes that look legit,
But
that
fall
I could have
apart
just
and-
went and got off a site for $50. You know.
I know there's people buying reps for pretty high prices too. Also, when you are buying reps, make sure you look at the reviews. You don't want to buy a pair of reps, spend the money, and they don't even last that long. Yeah, definitely look at your sources. Make sure, and some of those websites can be sketchy too. Like it's hard for me to trust a website. It almost makes me feel better when I buy off a website that has an app in the Apple Store. I don't know why, but that gives me some sense of comfort.
An app, yeah, I guess.
So I bought these off DHgate, and they have an app in the Apple Store, and I was like, that's trustworthy.
all the scammers out there hearing it. Guys, we just gotta put an app on the Apple Store. We're good. We're sold. Everyone's gonna buy from us. They won't ever see it coming.
I don't know what credibility that gives, but like, it's almost like the terms and conditions. Do you really read that?
No.
Just hit
Actually,
accept.
yeah, I send it all to my lawyer.
Hit accept, move on with your day.
Yeah. I just like if I'm gonna get like a pair of shoes, like legit shoes, I'm going straight through Nike or like the direct seller versus like going through like a third party with like Go or StockX. Just too risky. Like, yeah, that could be real, but imagine spending that much money and the shoes are fake.
I almost feel better buying even off of eBay. They have like an authenticity thing where like someone actually goes and looks through them. I'm sure those websites do it too, but like I've heard of people getting their shoes and them not being real, and I would be pissed.
Yeah, that'd be mad unfortunate.
Dropping half a band
Mad
for
unfortunate.
some fakes.
Just dropping some bands for
Yeah.
some fakes.
Dropping some bands for you.
That would not be fun.
Yeah, so these are like the only reps I have. Like I said, I love sneakers. I'm fine paying full price on the shoes I like that aren't too expensive, but like when they're like these, like the Travis Scotts, I actually ordered another pair like a week ago.
Really?
And when they're hitting like ridiculous numbers retail value for like the real ones, that's when I'm like, okay, Like, I'm just gonna get the reps. They look good. You ain't gotta tell nobody. That's your choice. But I've gotten lots of compliments on them, and yeah,
Yeah,
they look good.
I agree. Any like fake one I've worn, like, and everyone's like, dude, those are so sick.
Yeah.
I never had like anyone be like, yo, those are fake, bro.
Someone comes up with a magnifying glass. Like, let me look.
Oh, there's a nick right there. Shoot. But yeah, I mean, Grammys were last night.
Grammys were last night, and
Pretty wild.
I have never been more proud in my life to watch the Grammys. Our boy Harold Styles won 2 Grammys last night,
2.
and I was a little emotional about it because
It was cool. I mean, he's won one before out on his last album, right? He won one with Fine Line.
Yeah.
But he got the massive album of the year, that's pretty crazy.
And yeah,
cool.
it's just crazy to see like an artist that you've been listening to since you were a kid, since you were young. One Direction. It's just like something about that, seeing them get these accolades in life, just they'd be emotional. Like we've seen him in concert 4 times now.
Harry?
Yeah. We saw him in Vegas.
You've seen him 4. I've seen him 3.
Okay. I've seen him 4. And it's been like 2 years since he's been touring. And
2020, he started September 2021.
He was supposed to tour and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then post-COVID.
2021, yeah.
Yeah, I've been to 4, he's been to 3. And it's just, there's something just hits you in here when you see an artist like that being honored, like for their talents. Yeah, it's just an amazing thing.
I think it's cool just because I've always been a big One Direction fanboy, like ever since they started.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, like how I got into them is I was listening to music and watching their music video. And when I saw One Direction, I was like, oh, One Republic. That's what I was thinking. But then I just kept listening to their music and I liked it. But it's just cool to see like all of them, like Harry, Niall, Louis, like Liam, all of them doing their own solo stuff. They're all doing really good. And then also just, to see Harry get a couple Grammys. And so.
And another thing that got me too is Niall posted on his story about it.
Liam
posted made a personal Instagram post about it, just acknowledging Harry and how amazing his career has been since One Direction. And gosh, it just hits. I don't know.
I think people overact a little bit with like, oh, they don't keep in touch. Oh, they don't. I think they do. And I think there's a lot we don't see because obviously I feel like they know themselves. They got to keep things under wrap just because the media is on their butt. One little speak out of them talking to each other, and then it's One Direction reunion feud all over the place. So,
and you know how media can be. They can take something and just paint it a completely different picture, and like things get twisted, rumors start happening, and controversy, all the things. Yeah. What do you think about? Do you think One Direction will return?
A reunion?
Reunion.
Personally, I have faith they do. I've always thought they will. I think they will. Like, I can guarantee, like, Niall, Louis, Liam, like, if the time were to come, like, all on board, like, Harry, I would think so. He's the only one where I'm, like a little iffy about, but I think they'd be dumb not to.
Yeah.
Like, there's a couple things, like, one, it's a business. It's their job. Like that would be a big-time business decision. Oh, my. And, like, it would destroy the internet. Oh. Like, the amount of money they would make alone just from coming back, in my opinion, would be dumb for them not to. 2, they've all, like, proven themselves as solo artists.
Yeah.
So like I could see the fear of them being like, okay,
Like clashing, like while making music.
or more just like, oh well, I can't go back to the band because like I
Oh.
didn't prove myself solely. So if I go to the band and we stop again, then like I don't, I'm not really anywhere. But I feel like they've all gone to the point where they've proven themselves, where they could, okay, I can go to the band, and you know what, if it fizzles out again, I can go back to my solo stuff because I've already done it.
Yeah.
You know, Harry just won 2 Grammys, so he could not like all their music's been amazing. They've had a lot of support, and then third reason is they've all gotten so better individually. Like, I feel like it'd just be a sin, like, robbing us if they didn't get back together and didn't make more music. Like, can you imagine with all, like, how much better they've gotten individually, like, as their own artists?
Yeah.
And if they were to come together and make their own, like, new music,
It would.
I think it would be amazing.
It
like,
would be the next album of the year.
Oh, yeah. I will.
Easy.
I mean, I know, like, Grammy-wise, One Direction hasn't won any, but they've won, I don't know if it was VMAs or one of the other bigger music award shows. They've won like album of the year like 3 times, artist of the year multiple times. So like I know Grammys are kind of like for boy bands for whatever reason haven't seen too much success, but
And like you were saying, like how they've kind of all found themselves as musicians, like they've kind of found their style, like what they love writing about, like they they found their calling as far as where they are as artists. So just the thought of them joining together and pouring their heart and soul into a new album, oh my gosh,
it would be to be insane. But yeah, to answer your question, yes, I think they'll get back together personally.
And to answer my own question, I also think they will in the future. You have the Jonas Brothers who did it, Backstreet Boys. I don't know if NSYNC has done it.
I don't think they have, no. But here's the thing too, One Direction like never ever since their like hiatus, yeah, it was supposed to be 18 months, but they've never once said we're done.
Yeah.
Like this is over.
And they've
This
also,
is permanent.
like, teased and hinted like potential grounds for maybe getting back together.
And that's the thing too, like they've even said, like if the time comes where they all genuinely want to do it again, then, which I think that time will come.
I think so.
I think it'd be insane for any of them not to like, for that to come. But obviously, like they said, I want them to like genuinely come back and all be into it, because then I feel like if they're forcing it, then we're not going to get the music that we would want with them getting back together.
And if they didn't and they made that choice, like that's okay too. I almost feel like it's something they would almost regret though if they didn't do it.
I think they'd regret it too.
Like I would look back and I don't know. I can't put myself in those big of shoes, but like I would regret it if I was in those shoes, if I lived my life and kind of looked back. But
I agree.
yeah, I think they'll get back together. Give us what we want, please.
I know. Louis Capaldi, hook us up. James Corden, let's recruit an army. It's just like, I feel like, you know, they kind of just got their own past that kind of just need to clear up a little bit with like their own music, and I think there'll be a time where it'll just kind of connect. And
I think the right time will come, and that cannot. Let's emphasize the right time, because like you gotta wait for the perfect moment to do that. You know, when it feels right and the stars align.
Yeah, I think everything will align. I did hear not a take, but like I recently was watching some of their videos and just like kind of going through comments on YouTube, and I was seeing people like, at this point, I don't even want them to get back together. I just want them to see them in a room together just as friends.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, that'd be great to see. But, like, I think we forget, like, they don't hate each other.
Yeah.
I think they all have a mutual love and respect for each other, especially with everything they went through in the band.
Yeah.
And that would just hurt me even more, I feel like, just to see them all together, just doing a podcast or something
Yeah.
on a TV show or talk show, whatever it
Mhm.
is. It's like, come on, you can't tell me, like they were saying, I'd rather that have that than them get back together. It's
Mhm.
like, come on. If you were given the option for them to come back,
Yeah.
make more music, or them just sit on a talk show
Well,
and talk as friends, what are you choosing?
And just knowing how special like they were as a band and the fan base they built like is just absurd. To talk about different fan bases, um, which fan base runs deeper? I this might stir up the pot. But
Maybe just a little bit.
here's like the three that kind of really stand out to me. You got One Directioners, you got the Swifties, and you got the Beliebers. All have been kind of itching their way to the top since we were kids. And they all have their separate fan bases who are very loyal fan bases. All shared an experience about like Directioners. I think they run very deep. Me and him, we went to one of the. We went to San Hollow, and it's in Utah.
Reservoir.
You can go cliff jumping. But anyways, we were walking up to the cliffs, and I was singing "Girl Almighty" by One Direction, and that's not as popular of a song as some of their other records. I started singing it like, let's have another toast for the Girl Almighty. And while I was walking, there was this girl tanning, she was laying out tanning on a beach towel. And she finished the lyric. And she's like, let's pray we stay young, stay made out of lightning. And it just blew my mind. I was like, out of all the songs, like, holy cow. Like, that is amazing. I think Directioners run really deep. So do Swifties, so do the Believers. But they have their differences. But I almost feel like
It's hard because, like, I mean, respect to all the fan bases because, yeah, they all run really deep. And it's also hard to compare too because I feel like Taylor Swift and One Direction, they kind of started at the same time.
Yeah.
And obviously One Direction stopped a while ago and Taylor Swift is still going.
Yeah.
And so obviously all the records and stuff, that fan base just blew out.
But you do also have Niall and Harry kind of carrying the legacy. Liam too and Louis. But like Niall and Harry have kind of like they've broken out like into
Yeah.
these
I mean,
bigger artists, But
I guess those fan bases are yeah, those fan bases definitely are probably like majority Directioners, like
yeah.
maybe a couple like newcomers, but I don't know. I just say like the stories I've heard like with One Direction have been insane. Like I've never heard like other stories of like I'm sure there's stuff out there, but like fans hacked, I think it was at an airport, security cameras where they knew the guys were at just so they could watch them walking through the airport.
That is crazy.
Like, that's insane.
That is actually crazy just to see them walk.
Yeah.
That is wild.
And just like them being at a hotel with 10,000 fans on the outside their hotel, like the stuff that they had going on was just insane. So like when it comes to maybe like the craziest fan base, like Directioners, I would probably give it to them.
It's hard to judge because like it's all about perceptions, what people have been throughout their lives, like what they can mean to someone can be different for what they mean to me. I know with the Swifties, they run deep on a very emotional, mental, spiritual level. And
oh yeah, they definitely tie in emotionally probably
Yeah.
more with with Swifties run emotionally deeper. I don't really know how to classify like
Yeah.
Directioners other than just like insane, like just doing stuff other fan bases probably wouldn't even think about doing. I honestly think it would like come down to like between Directioners and like Swifties, yeah.
And with the Believers, like they run way deep too. Like I feel like as far as One Direction and Believers, they both kind of have like that almost sexual icon type thing, you know, where people drool over Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
People have drooled over Zayn, Harry, all of them.
Yeah.
But like, man, Swifties. I don't think I've seen a video at any of your shows where there's not a fan that's not crying the whole time singing every song. And kind of like her story with like getting out of that, like her record label, and kind of how she took back what's hers, like with her music, and just she has some profound lyrics, gifted lyricist, beautiful person, and all of her songs, like they hit like emotionally, they hit home, very relatable. One Direction also has those type of songs, but it's always like a more up tempo,
Yeah.
like type vibe. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give it to Swifties and Directioners too. Like with the Believers, I feel like it's more out of the looks of Justin Bieber.
I was gonna say I feel like it's more. Oh, it's Justin Bieber.
But he also has some amazing music. And
Oh
I'm
no,
a
he
big
does.
fan. And some of his music has really hit home for me too. Shout out John Bellion for producing
His
the
last
Justice
album. Or was it his last album, or did he
the
release
Justice album. And
2 albums ago?
John Bellion is the GOAT, #1 artist for me of all time, and that album was amazing. And yeah, even the album before that, I can't remember. Don't hate me for not knowing this, but it's the one with the red album cover.
Intentions? Is that what it is? Yeah.
That album was also amazing. Like,
It was good.
All these artists have songs that definitely relate and hit home, but Taylor's are just more profound, more deep, more for the soul. And oh man.
But I mean, Directioners, like, think about it. Lewis Capaldi, you know that unreleased song he's had that sounds like a One Direction song?
Yeah.
And he posted about it.
Mm-hmm.
And the comments, like, are still, like, insane. Like, oh, One Direction, oh, Lewis Capaldi's going to get One Direction together. The comments have, like, 100,000 likes.
Yeah.
On the video. So it's like, it's I don't know. That one's a tough one.
They all have powerhouse fan bases, which we are also like a part of. Like, been listening to One Direction forever. Where he talked about how we've seen Harry multiple times. He had tickets for Nile. COVID happened, couldn't go to that.
Rip.
We are actually planning on going to Taylor Swift's first show in Arizona.
Yep. AZ,
Yeah.
T Swift.
March 17th.
Also looking forward to Niall's new song coming out in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
And his new album. I can't.
It is a big
Wait.
year for music, dude. Oh, there's so much to look forward to. So many artists releasing amazing albums that I cannot wait for.
It's gonna be.
We are also seeing our boy Ed.
Ed Sheeran,
Ed
September.
Sheeran,
Let's
baby.
go.
Kind
of forgot about that. 2 stadium tours this year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
T Swift, Ed.
Yeah, and those shows, just to tell you how deep those fan bases run, they sell out instantly.
It's crazy.
That's
the thing. Like the stuff T Swift did, that like is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if One Direction were to get back together, it would be
times 5.
Yeah, it would be ridiculous.
But just to give you an example, we had a friend. She bought a couple of other tickets like straggler tickets. Um, and she ended up selling them. She sold 2 tickets that she spent less than $2,000 for, and sold them both together for $10,000.
It's crazy.
And that was the day of the
Release.
pre-sale.
Yeah.
And she didn't even have those tickets for more than 10 minutes, and they were gone, swept up. And she just posted them for that price just to see. And sure enough, gone right away. It just blows my mind. That is wild.
That's pretty crazy. What do you think? We hop into a draft.
Yeah, I think.
We've been going for about 50 minutes. So today we're going to be doing a draft. We're going to be drafting the best, our top 5 sodas.
Top 5 sodas.
In general.
I know we already broke the resolution, but...
Any flavor, any brands, right?
Anything's
on the table.
Anything's on the table.
All right. What do we do? Is there a coin right here? Let's flip a coin real quick to see who goes first.
Okay.
All right, this little...
I'll let you call it.
All right, the book thing here's heads. I'm just going to call heads with the book.
And you can choose.
It is the book.
So is that me?
Or
is that you?
It was me, but just go first.
I'll go first. Okay. Number 1 overall. 5-star recruit. Impressed all the scouts. Insane talent. Dominant. Going to be dominant in the league. Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Yeah, I knew you were going there.
Yep.
You know what? With my first overall pick, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to take one of the top brands in the world that dominates almost any country.
I know where you're going.
Coca-Cola. Cheers.
Coca-Cola. Yep. Starting off strong. Got my star player. I need someone who he can rely on, you know? And this takes me to Sprite.
Interesting. I didn't see Sprite coming off the table that quick.
Refreshing beverage. Perfect on a hot summer's day. Talented player. Overall, amazing in every asset of the game. Someone that Baja Blast can rely on, honestly.
Okay. Well, I'm looking right here just for someone to really compliment Coca-Cola. I'm just looking for someone to be a good teammate, back them up. Like, yo, this is a 1-2 punch right here in the front. I'm going with my boy, Mountain Dew Voltage.
Mountain Dew Voltage. He's a strong one.
I say he's a contender for the top spot with Baja.
He might. He's star player, 5-star recruit too.
He's up there.
Man, that is good. Okay, all right.
It's getting fiery in here.
I don't want to make it all Mountain Dew, but you gotta recognize greatness. You know, recognize greatness. Mountain Dew Livewire. It's an orange soda. So orange soda.
Livewire. I didn't see that coming.
Orange soda. He's in.
Can't tell you the last time I had a Livewire, to be honest.
Probably could have drafted him last, you know.
Probably could have. I don't know if I would have ever even thought of that.
But underrated player, you know. Have that Tom Brady story. Drafted.
That's fair. It's a Brock Purdy.
Drafted last round.
That's fair.
Rising to the top star.
That's fair. You see, I think you left the door open for just a 1-2-3 punch right here. Yeah. I'm going to go probably a route that definitely I feel like this drink is definitely way underrated and just a classic, you know, any situation, grandma's house, Halloween, you know, is there. I'm going with some good old root beer.
Root beer. Going back to your roots.
Pick number 3, root beer.
Root beer. Respect it. I've met him. Personally scouted him. Great kid. You left the door open.
What door?
About to hit you with that 1-2 punch, baby.
All right, let's hear it.
Respected by every player on the roster. Give me the Doc.
Dr. Pepper. Okay.
Dr. Pepper.
That's fair. Honestly, that didn't grasp my
He's a
mind.
GOAT. Been in the game for a while.
It's
Seasoned veteran.
It's a good still at 4.
Everyone
honestly.
on my roster, they're learning from Doc. You know.
That's a good still at 4. Gotta give you props there. We're getting down to the wire here with options left open. You know what? I'm gonna go probably with a fan favorite.
Okay.
This is a drink any party you're at. It's always on the table.
I know where you're going.
It's always on the table. It's that complimentary to one of my other sodas. Great teammate. It's kind of like its coach, just right there.
Okay.
And can't tell me wrong, this is everywhere. Okay. I'm going to go with some good old Diet Coke.
Okay, Diet Coke. Moms love Diet Coke.
Come on.
He's got his...
Moms, grandmas, grandpas.
He's got a fan base.
Me.
He's got a fan base even before the big leagues. Dang, Diet Coke. Underrated pick. I respect it. Oh, man.
Is this pick 5, last one?
This is the last pick. You guys might think I'm foul for this one, but I see potential in the young man. Give me Fresca.
Fresca.
It's a healthy drink.
All right.
Healthy guy.
You didn't go with Poppy? Healthy?
He's not turning heads, but...
I just got to say, you might have made a mistake right there. You left the door wide open for one of the most underrated drinks out there. Like, this is a drink where every time I have it, I'm like, dang, this is good. Like, there's just no denying it. And like, why is this not on my table more often?
Yeah.
And it's like a Fresca caliber type player.
Okay. Oh,
just up it a little bit. I'm gonna go with good old Squirt.
Yep, knew it.
That's money.
Good pick. Squirt isn't afraid to go for it. That Fresca's too afraid to go for it.
Squirt's going for it on 4th down.
Man, you really got me with Squirt, huh? Yeah, you have a nice looking roster.
Pretty good roster. Let us know who you guys think.
Whose team is gonna win?
And let us know if we snubbed anyone, left anyone out.
I know we left out Pepsi, but Pepsi is Pepsi is absurd.
Don't even say that name around me ever again.
He gonna be in D League his whole career.
Pepsi, about to Pepsi this foot up your butt. If you mention that name again.
Yeah, Pepsi went undrafted.
Come on, they lost the rights to even the Super Bowl.
If you want to be a hater, go ahead. It's Pepsi, dude. Coke is undeniably...
Is Pepsi fine? Is it fine? Good night.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Come on, they even lost rights to the halftime show. It's Apple Music now.
I just don't get if you see a can of a nice brisk Coca-Cola on the table right next to this weird blue can with red, white, blue. America. But
that they changed the logo for.
Yeah.
Ain't even the same logo. Coca-Cola has always been the same.
You always got to pick up the red can.
Red can.
Always.
You can't tell me that cursive little symbol on the can isn't just eye-popping.
If you don't pick up the red can, you ain't doing it right. That's all I got to say.
If honestly, you ain't taking up the red can, you're about to get the ban.
And that might be your strongest player on your team.
Coca-Cola,
baby.
Might be. I say Voltage is up there. And that's the thing. That Diet Coke just complements it. It's just like another...
Yeah.
Mike Tyson. It's kind of like a Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather kind of like...
Yeah.
Tag team.
I know Coca-Cola has an undefeated record. Coca-Cola's probably going to go 35-0. No ties.
No ties. Not
a single tie.
Pepsi 0-35.
Coca-Cola sweeps every time.
Sweeping, taking a clean sheet.
Yeah. I don't know. With me having Sprite though on my team, dude, LeBron is its mentor, baby. You telling me?
Stay thirsty, my friends.
I mean, I'm MJ all the way.
Quench your thirst.
MJ's the GOAT, but LeBron is the second GOAT. You got the second GOAT taking Sprite under his wing. It's dangerous.
That is dangerous.
Yeah.
It's not a bad pick.
I mean, you are only as strong as your weakest link.
Fresca. Fresca. Oh, wow.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Well, appreciate you guys' time.
Yeah.
2 Cokes, 1 pod.
This has genuinely been a good time. And we are so excited for what's in store for the future. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. And if you tuned in, thank you. Like, we appreciate it a
Hit that
lot.
like button, subscribe.
Smash that like button. And then like it.
And then like it after. Smash that subscribe button.
And then subscribe.
And then subscribe after. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. Well, with this, we leave you
With some cheers.
with some cheers.
And that was the Coke Talk.
Stay strong,
for
stay
today.
healthy. Pick up the red can.
Always think about the red can.
Yep.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.